Have you ever felt like you are the only one who cares in your relationships? Like you are constantly waiting for a text, craving reassurance, and feeling anxious when your partner pulls away? Hi, my name is Matusz Hanidja, and today we are diving deep into anxious attachment. Why it happens, how it controls your love life, and most importantly, how to break free. You check your phone, no new messages. Your heart starts racing. Did I say something wrong or are they losing interest? You tell yourself to stay calm, but 5 minutes later, you are checking your phone again and again until finally you cave and send a message. Just something casual, but deep down you are hoping for reassurance. If this sounds familiar, you might have an anxious attachment style. And if you don't understand how it works, it will control your relationships, making love feel like an emotional roller coaster instead of something safe and fulfilling. Now, I have been a hypnotherapist and a coach for the last 7 years, helping people rewire their subconscious patterns. And today, we are going to break down why anxious attachment happens, how it affects your relationships, and the exact steps you can take to feel more secure. Imagine you are walking through a forest at night. Every little sound makes you jump. A snapping twig could be a wild animal. A gust of wind feels like something is behind you. Your brain is in high alert mode, scanning for danger, even when there is nothing to fear. This is exactly what happens in relationships when you have an anxious attachment style. Your brain is constantly scanning for threats, reading between the lines, overanalyzing messages, and assuming the worst. Because for you, love doesn't feel safe, it feels unpredictable. And when something feels off, even slightly, your attachment system goes into overdrive, doing anything to regain connection. Studies show that people with anxious attachment are hyper aware of emotional shifts in their partners. You pick up on the tiniest cues: an uttering message, a shorter than usual reply, a different tone in their voice. But here is the problem: your brain jumps to conclusions too quickly. You see a small change and assume it means rejection. And once that happens, it's nearly impossible to calm down until you feel reassured. So, how do you know if you have an anxious attachment style? Here are some classic signs. You overthink text and conversations, trying to figure out what your partner really means. You crave closeness, but fear that your partner doesn't feel the same way. You feel anxious when they don't respond right away, imagining the worst. You replay past fights and interactions, obsessing over what went wrong. You stay in unhealthy relationships because the thought of being alone is worse than being unhappy. Sounds familiar? The good news is that you don't have to stay stuck in this cycle. You can train your brain to feel secure in love without needing constant reassurance. And before we dive into the steps to becoming more secure, if you are finding this helpful, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share this with someone who needs to hear this. Let's break free from anxious attachment together. So, how do you stop overthinking, build confidence, and feel secure in your relationships? There are three key steps. Step number one: recognize your activating strategies. When you feel anxious in a relationship, your brain creates what psychologists call activating strategies. Thoughts that make you feel like you have to get closer to your partner immediately. For example, if I don't check in, they'll forget about me. They're probably losing interest. I should say something to get their attention. Or maybe I should remind them how much I care so they don't leave me. These thoughts feel urgent, but they are actually just your attachment system in overdrive. Not every negative feeling needs an immediate action. The next time you feel triggered, instead of acting on it, pause, take a deep breath, and remind yourself, This is my attachment system, not reality. Step number 2, rewire your subconscious beliefs. As a hypnotherapist, I worked with countless clients who struggle with anxious attachment. And what I have found is that most people don't realize where their insecurity comes from. Often it starts in childhood. If your caregivers were inconsistent, sometimes loving, sometimes distant, your brain learned that love is unpredictable. You adapt it by becoming hyper aware of every emotional shift, trying to hold onto love before it disappeared. But here is the thing, that was then. This is now. You are no longer a child and you don't need to chase love to keep it. The best way to rewire your brain is to start reinforcing new beliefs. I am worthy of love, even when I'm not constantly proving it. A good partner will be consistent. I don't have to earn their attention. My feelings matter and I don't have to suppress them to be loved. The more you repeat these beliefs, the more your brain rewires itself toward security. Step number 3, choose secure relationships. This is a big one. If you have an anxious attachment style, you are naturally drawn to people who give mixed signals because it reinforces your fear of abandonment. But the truth is, being with someone consistent and emotionally available will calm your attachment system over time. It won't feel like fireworks at first because there is no drama, no chase, but real love isn't about anxiety, it's about peace. If you want to feel secure in love, start paying attention to how your partner makes you feel. Do you feel safe, valued, hurt, or do you feel anxious, confused, and always waiting for their next move? The more you choose secure relationships, the more your brain adapts until security becomes your new normal. Now, let us go back to that moment. You check your phone and there is no new message. But this time, instead of spiraling, you take a deep breath. You remind yourself, I am safe. I am enough. I don't need external validation to feel secure. And you move on with your day, knowing that real love isn't built on anxiety, it is built on trust. So, what do you think? Does this resonate with your own experiences? Please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And feel free to subscribe to my channel for more insights like this. You deserve love that feels safe. Thank you very much for watching.